Yes, I attended college. I attended hair school.
Hair school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I told you I'm a hairstylist.
Why do many African women are putting more dreadlocks than before?
When I was growing up, there was a lot of products coming from the West that really destroyed our hair as black women, because they wanted, or most of us black women wanted our hair to be straight. You know, so we were putting a lot of chemicals on our hairs and destroying our hairs.
Hello everyone, my name is Resin Hawirema. This is Made in African show that brings you true and original stories of Africans in a growing movement, highlighting the craftsmanship, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit of African designers, artisans, and businesses.
You got me loving everything that you do, and every time we touch, baby, I can't deny. Love so sweet, unafanya na kinai, and I'm so glad that I made you mine. My songs, I usually write them according to my mood. I could not keep up with going to work every single day. I had my young girl. She was very, very young.
In today's episode, we are with Becky Muthoni, a very talented Kenyan musician. She's among top African female singers who continue to keep reggae music alive. Muthoni is an entrepreneur under her company, the Lavish Dreadlocks Limited, based in Kenya, professionally in hairdressing and beauty therapy.
I was not able to take care of her, the salon, my house, everything.
The music?
No, I couldn't. So she had to move with my mom.
Remember, Made in African show brings you weekly episode produced by NCB The Base One TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again in our episode with the Airways, a special guest. We are right here in the middle of Nairobi. Once again, welcome in Made African podcast, and today we are the Miss Becky Muthoni.
Yes.
How are you, Muthoni?
I'm very fine. How are you?
You're very fine?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So if you want to increase your voice, you're most welcome as well.
Okay. Oh, I'm
as the
speaking
queen. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
So, Becky.
Yeah.
Let us, our listeners and viewers, know who is Becky.
Okay. So Becky Muthoni is a singer, a songwriter, a recording and performing artist. Apart from that, Becky is a hairstylist, a loctician to be specific. And also, I am a content creator. And apart from that, what I do, I'm also a mother to one beautiful young girl.
Okay.
That is Becky Muthoni.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, Becky, which part of Kenya did you grow up?
I've grown up in Nairobi.
Oh.
Kenya, Nairobi.
So you are a city girl.
Yes, I'm a city girl.
Okay. When did you realize that an African woman has to wake up and take care of herself? At what age?
At what age? Okay.
Yes.
I'd say I discovered myself when I became a teenager. That's when I started noticing the small details about myself. My hair, my skin, you know, I started becoming more sensitive and more aware of everything that is happening around me and within my body and within myself. So I'd say when I was a teenager, I said 12 years old. Yeah.
So what do you remember at that age when that makes you to feel like I need to wake up your hair, I need to wash my clothes? Of course, you are a teenager, you are 12.
Yeah.
So how did you realize that you need to wake up as an African woman to start running, to take care of yourself?
Mostly changes that started happening within my body. You know, as a woman, as we grow up, there are many changes that happen, you know, as we grow up. We start our menses, you know, and at that particular moment, a lot of things change in a girl's, you know, life, you know, hygienically, the way you relate with people, you know, everything changes. So I think from that point, you know, when everything in my body changed and my hormones and everything, I think that's when I realized I need to wake up and take care of myself. Now I'm a grown woman, you know, if I do this, something might happen, you know, if I mess up, this might happen, you know, so I needed to, you know, be straight and think straight and just take care of myself as a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did you go to high school?
So I went to 2 schools. One was Huruma Girls High School, right here in Nairobi. And I transferred from that school and I went to Ngara Girls High School, which is actually in the middle of Nairobi, in the CBD.
Oh, really?
It's a walking distance, yes. It's a walking distance from the CBD. Yeah, so that's where I went to high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you attend any college?
Yes, I attended college. I attended hair school.
Hair school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I told you I'm a hairstylist.
Ah,
yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, Becky, before we proceed, I know some of our listeners and the viewers, because they know we have you today in our studio, so they're wondering to hear and listen your voice. Your voice. So, can you give us like choose small piece among of your favorite songs?
Okay.
So maybe give us a chorus and the one verse.
Okay.
So our listeners can get to know who is the queen in the studio. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes. Yeah.
okay, let me sing this song. It's a love song.
Okay.
It's called Master Key. It's a song that it's one of the songs in my EP, my latest EP. And it goes like this.
Okay.
No one can love me the way you love me. No one can love me. You got me, Master Key. No one can love me the way you love me. No one can love me. You got me, Master Key, yeah. Nahisi kama umenipa juju, penzi lako umeniweka juju. You got me loving everything that you do, boo. And every time we touch, baby, I can't deny. Love so sweet, unafanya na kinai. And I'm so glad that I made you mine.
Oh.
Yes, that's
This is so
Master Key.
lovely.
Thank you
This
so
is so
much.
lovely. So I
Thank
will
you so
back
much.
to the music, but why did you make that song, Becky?
Master Key, you know, my songs, I usually write them according to my mood, you know. It could be my mood or something that is going on in someone who's close to me, you know, something that's going on in their life, something that I can relate to. So that particular song is a love song. And I wrote that song in a particular time of my life when I was experiencing some good loving, you know. I was in that element.
Okay.
So yeah, that's when I came up with Master Key.
Master Key. That is a very lovely song.
Thank you so much.
Our listeners and the viewers, by the end you will tell them where they can find your lovely music.
Yeah.
So Becky, how is living in Nairobi to you? Like someone who we have followers of our podcast from all over, from United States, from Europe, from Australia. So how is it living in Nairobi to you?
Okay, personally, I've lived in Nairobi for my entire life, ever since I was born. You know, I've been in Nairobi, and I can say Nairobi is a good city. It's a developed city. You can find everything you need in Nairobi. So to me, living in Nairobi is, first of all, it's a privilege because you can find everything here. You know, it's not easy to live where everything is accessible. So to me, it's a privilege, and living in Nairobi is just, I don't know what more to say because I've been here my entire life. I've grown up here, and city life is all I know. Yes, but I've visited other places and other countries, but yeah, living in Nairobi to me is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's a privilege. It's amazing. It's wonderful. The weather is good. The people are amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Becky, you mentioned about your degree in hair.
Yeah.
That's very interesting, actually. So tell us more about your business, actually. Yeah, tell us what is Lavish Dreadlocks and when did you start it?
Okay, so Lavish Dreadlocks is my business, and I started it in 2018. Before that, I used to work in another salon in town, in Nairobi CBD. Then I opened my own, which is located along Mbagathi Way. Started it in 2018, mainly because I could not keep up with going to work every single day. I had my young girl, she was very, very young, and I was living at my mom's house. So and my mom was also going to work, so I had to find a nanny to take care of my baby. So I had to find a nanny and still go to work. And at that particular moment, I had just started in the hair industry, so I didn't have like many clients. So I was not making enough money for me to be able to pay the nanny and sustain myself and my baby. So I had to think of something to do. Now that I had already had the skill, you know, I was working in town for some time, so at least I had the skill, and I needed to do something because now I couldn't afford paying a nanny, and you know, so yeah, I decided I need to come back to the area where I was living and just find clients there and start something. At least I'll be able to take care of my baby and still be able to work at the same time. And luckily, my mom's friend was selling their salon, and it was a dreadlocks salon. So I don't know if it's luckily or coincidentally, I don't get, but it just happened like that. And we were able to buy the small salon. It was just like a small salon, a small structure, and we bought the structure, and that's where I started. And I was going to work with my young baby every single day, and you know, trying to make ends meet. And from there, everything grew. I got more clients. I moved to a bigger space, and from there, I also moved again to a bigger space. And that is how Lavish. That's the story of Lavish. That's how Lavish started.
That is a very lovely story.
Yeah.
So how did you manage? Because Nairobi is very crazy city, it's very busy, and let me call a single mom to take care of the baby that time, and you made the company how it is today. So how was it hard for you to?
Okay, so
how did you manage it? It sounds very hard.
I'd say I was not alone. I was not doing it alone, you know. My mom was my biggest support system. She helped me a lot. Now, I was living in her house, so I was not paying rent. That's for one. The only thing I was paying for was the nanny, but now I'm here taking care of my baby, so there's no need of me to pay the nanny. So I was making something extra, you know. I'm not paying bus fare to go to town where I used to work before. So I was making at least something extra, and I was able to save, you understand? So with that, I can say my mom really helped me with everything and with every single step that I made, my mom was there. And just the support of my clients and the way I grew. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I hope your clients they will listen this podcast and they are
they're
listening
going to
this
listen.
podcast.
I'm going to share it, and they're definitely going to listen.
So
to it.
you will send them a message. That's a very interesting.
Yes.
So the baby and the walking and leave your home. So I'm sure some challenges you faced that time. So as a single mom, like
of course, there are a lot of challenges that I faced.
Can you name like three challenges?
Okay, the first challenge was financial challenges. Yes, as much as I was making something, it was still not enough for a single mother. Because now my baby is growing up fast. She's starting school. I have to now start paying for school fees. And then my mom had to move from where we were living. She had to go to where she has a piece of land in Kitengela. So now we had to move from Kitengela, from high rise where we were living before in Mbagathi Way to Kitengela. Now I couldn't move to Kitengela because my small business was.
And you're a city girl, of course.
Yes. So I couldn't move because my business is here and everything I'm doing is here. So I had to remain, you know, and start my own life as a young girl. I remember I was very young. I was 20.
Okay.
21.
21.
Yeah, when I started my business.
Okay, that's 2019.
Yes.
Okay.
2018 actually.
So for anybody who want to give you birthday gifts now, they can
they can do the math.
No.
Yeah, they can do the math.
Yes.
So you can say financial challenges or finances was one of the biggest challenges that I had. Also time management. It was also a big challenge because now I'm trying to work, and apart from the salon that I'm trying to run, I had a baby and my own. I'm an artist, so singing is my passion. I really love singing. So time management between going to work, taking care of my baby. Now my baby is not living around because now she had to move with my mom to Kitengela, because now I'm starting at my own house. I was not able to take care of her, the salon, my house, everything.
The music?
No, I couldn't. So she had to move with my mom and I remained behind, you know. So now time management, going to see my baby, coming back to work, going to do music, that was another huge challenge. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's not too wow, but I think it's a wow because you managed it, and here we are now today in 2024.
Yeah.
So why do many African women are putting more dreadlocks than before? Is it because they are fashionable? It's not cheap, of course.
Yeah.
Is it culture? So just tell us dreadlocks. So you have been with the salon for dreadlocks almost
6 years now.
6 years now. So why do there is an increase of African women putting dreadlocks? Why?
Women are starting to embrace their natural state and their natural being, and they're just starting to accept themselves within their natural states, and hair being one of them. When I was growing up, there was a lot of products coming from the West that really destroyed our hair as black women, because they wanted, or most of us black women wanted our hair to be straight, you know. So we were putting a lot of chemicals on our hairs and destroying our hairs. But now women from African women are starting to wake up and embracing themselves as, you know, as they are. And I think that's why dreadlocks is a natural style. You know, dreadlocks is a natural style. So me putting dreadlocks, and it's a very protective style. If I don't want to be combing my hair every single day, I just put dreadlocks. I'm still in my natural state, you know. And that's why I think women are embracing dreadlocks and, you know, locks related styles at this particular time. And also apart from women having dreadlocks, many women are just have their hair natural, because right now there are a lot of products, you know, coming up for natural hair. Before there was not, you know, you had to have your hair straight so that you could be able to comb it, because our hair is not the same, you know, we have kinky and coily hair. So right now there are a lot of products that are coming up for our kind and our type of hair. So it's easy for us to be able to manage it. That's interesting. So how is it owning a business? You're a superstar singer and you are busy with music and the concert. So we have heard how you were able to manage by the beginning of your company. So let's talk about now. The company is big now. I'm sure the company is bigger than before. So how are you able to manage it? Now the company grew. And it grew in every sector. I'm not the only person working at the salon. Now I have people who help me at the salon. So I might not be there, but business is still continuing. You understand?
I understand, yeah.
So at least I can now be able to multitask. Now I've set up something or a system and it's working for me now. So now that it's working and it's running, what else can I do? So in doing that, in creating systems that work for me, I'm able to do a lot of things at the same time. You understand?
I understand.
So the fact that I have people who are helping me, the fact that I have people who are helping me at the salon, I can be able to be at the studio recording, you know? And sometimes when I'm done recording, I have some people still working at the salon. I can go and be able to see my girl. So that's how I can be able to manage all that.
Okay, that's very impressive.
Yeah.
So how is our business surviving, by the way? You know, all of these taxes, augmentation for the current government. So did your company impacted?
Definitely, it's impacted. Every single person is impacted by everything that's going on, especially in our economy right now. But we just keep going, we keep moving. And the reason I'm saying that is, you know, things were hiked up. Products are hiked up. Everything is hiked up.
Transportation.
Everything is
hiked up,
exactly.
Yeah.
So for some reason, we also need to hike up our prices to be able to survive and cope with everything that's going on. So that's how it has been. If they increase, we also have to increase, but at least we reason out, you know, with the increment. But we keep working hard, we keep pushing, because now we can't keep complaining, you know.
Yeah, that's a good message for other entrepreneurs in Africa. You can't keep complaining, you have to push and do something. So let's back to Becky as a musician. When did you start your journey as a musician? Okay,
I started it in 2020. Okay, professionally, I started it in 2020.
Let's not talk, before talk professionally. When did you realize you can sing?
Okay.
You can sing. Take us from down there.
When I was a kid, I discovered I could sing when I was a kid, because I still have these memories. I used to stand in front, on top of the sitting room table and take the remote and perform for the seats. No one is there watching me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No one's there. I just put music, and I think from there, that's where it started. Class 4.
Class 4, that was, you were, how old?
Maybe 10.
10?
Yes.
Okay.
10 years old.
That's a long time ago.
Yes. But then I was not doing it professionally. But when I started doing it professionally, in 2016, I recorded my first song. Okay.
What's the name of the song?
It was called Midnight Blues.
Okay.
Midnight Blues. Yes, that's the name of the song. It's the first song I ever recorded. But then I was still not doing music professionally. I was, you know, trying out. Someone told me, hey, Becky, you can sing, go to the studio. So I went to the studio, I tried it out, I recorded. And with that one song, I used to play it to many of my friends. And they're like, Becky, you can sing, actually. This is a nice song, you can sing, you can sing. So everyone who had that song encouraged me. So I was like, oh, so I can do it. So I wrote another one, went to the studio, recorded. Slowly, and I started gaining momentum. Now in 2020, I went now professional in everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was your first recording song? You said like in the studio. Take us, how was the first recording song?
Well, okay. So
do you remember the name of the studio?
Yeah, Square Masters. It was called Square Masters.
Is it still around?
It's still around.
That's interesting.
It still is around.
So how was your first day
My
of
first
recording?
time was, wow, it was amazing, because I had a friend of mine, his name is Collins. He's the one who took me to the studio. The first time, he told me, Becky, you can sing. I'm going to take you to my friend's studio. So he was there, he took me to the studio. He helped me a lot, because now I didn't know how I'm going to do it, you know. He helped me, and the producer also helped me with doing the choruses, the hooks. I was, you know, I didn't know anything, so sometimes I was singing away from the mic, sometimes I was singing too close to the mic, and I'm glad that I had, you know, people who were there to guide me, and yeah, that was basically my first experience at the studio.
So how many songs do you have now?
Almost 30 songs.
Almost 30 songs?
Yeah.
Already recorded?
Yeah, already recorded. Some have videos, most actually have videos.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and released.
Yeah. So does it pay to be a reggae singer in Kenya? I know what I'm saying is, like, you know, you can find one way or another, either concert or sell music. So like, does it pay? Like somebody who love reggae, we have, I don't think we have someone who follows from Jamaica, but there are so many people who want to know actually what's going on with music industry in Kenya, especially reggae. So tell us, does it pay? Yeah.
Okay, so for the payment part, it depends on a lot of things. So first of all, it depends on your music. Like, do you have an album? Do you do live? Are you a performer? Do you distribute your music on online platforms? You know, because as an artist, you can make money from your music in a lot of ways. You know, you can make your money in shows. performances. You can make your money on YouTube. You can also make your money on...
I have watched some of, actually, I can see like you are making money from that, but I have seen some videos.
And also, you can also make money on online platforms, on streams, you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So all of that depends on the number of audience that you have. If you have a lot of people streaming your music, you make a lot of money. If you do not have people streaming your music, you do not make money.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
If you have shows, you know, you're booked here, you're booked there, you're booked there, you're booked there, you have money.
Okay.
But if you don't have shows, you don't make money. The shows might not be paying a lot of money, but at least it's something. And if you have more than one show, you're making money. You understand?
Yeah,
also on YouTube, the views, if you
views.
you have views, you make money. If you don't make money. So it all depends on a lot of matters. So music pays if you're on the right, you know. Yeah.
Actually, I've saw one of your song that you've been made like 7 months ago, and it's have 67,000 viewers. That shows that video probably
is a good one.
Is a good one. Yeah, I love that song actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very nice song.
Thank you.
Some people have a judgment on reggae music itself, and even on the reggae singers. So, do people in your family have a judgment on you?
Well, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. That's what I believe. And everyone has an opinion, you know, and sometimes you can't do anything about it. But apart from people having an opinion, and my family supports me actually. It's surprising how they support me. Sometimes I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe that they support me, but they're my family. But what I believe is everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
So to interrupt you when you say everyone support you, like, you know, sometimes you have these aunties who just feel like reggae music is the reggae, it's people who only just take some drugs,
weed and everything.
So so what's that side of judgment like? Well,
personally, no one has ever approached me and told me something like that, but people of course go through judgments in that particular manner. But let me just answer for myself. Maybe they might judge me, but to me, I know what I'm doing. I'm a grown up, for one, you understand? I'm a grown up and I respect everyone. I wouldn't want to disrespect anyone, and I'd like us to stay on our lanes. So let everyone live their lives, you know. Yeah. If you judge me, that's you. That's on you. That has nothing to do with me. So I'll continue living my life regardless of whatever you think, because everyone, you know. Yeah.
So through your Instagram, you can see you did so many shows across Africa. So which is your memorable event you always remember? So as of now, because I know in the future you're gonna do a lot, and I wish you to do even more.
Thank you.
So even to win the Grammy Awards. So which is your memorable event you performed and you feel like I got you?
So there's this event I went to in Zanzibar. It's called Zanzibar Reggae Festival. It's one of the biggest events that I attended and that I performed, not even attending, performing. So, and the crowd was amazing. The way our chemistry and the way the crowd was just responding to my performance and to my presence on stage, that was one of the best moments in my life. Yeah, so I'd say Zanzibar Reggae Festival.
Oh, that's awesome. How do you communicate with your audience when they say, ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, Becky Muthoni? So what do you do once you get there?
So once I get on stage, first of all, of course, I greet my audience. I find out how you guys doing, how you guys feeling, you know, I just see where they are, you know. And personally, I start with the music first, because my music is sort of a message and it sort of speaks to the crowd. So I start with the music. So once I start with the music, now when I'm done with the first song, which leads to the second song. So it's more like a story. Like one song leads to the other one, the other leads to the other. So in that format, or in that way, I'm able to talk and communicate with the audience, and they let me know how they're feeling, or I let them know how the song is going, or what next, you understand? Or find out if they relate to the song. You know, I ask them, have you ever like had someone who is, you know, if you've ever had someone who is like this, I have a song that talks about this, listen to this, you understand? Then I move to the next one. So that's basically how I communicate to my audience.
There is this an American singer, she was on a stage, and something happened, is she threw a microphone, but the
Cardi B.
Yes, so I know, so that what can be done to you on the stage and you become mad?
Well, I don't think I can throw a microphone like that. I don't think I can, but I wouldn't want to show my anger in that kind of way. I'd leave the stage.
You just leave the stage?
I just leave the stage. I'd leave the stage. It might be embarrassing, but I'll just leave and just deal with everything someplace else.
In the backstage?
Yes, maybe, not in front of everyone.
Okay.
Because, you know, sometimes when you're mad, you can do a lot of things, you know, or you can say a lot of things.
True.
And sometimes you don't even mean them. It's just the anger. Just things are coming
Emotions
out, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather just keep calm. Just leave the stage, no matter what anyone has done. Just leave, go somewhere else, and just compose myself. I know what to do now from that point onwards, when I'm alone and maybe with a few people who I know.
Okay. So there are some signs you see during the concert, and when like a media, we can still see people like do different signs, but you on the stage, you can see everyone there. There are some signs people, they do fingers and everything. So which signs do people do and you feel like it tries to discourage you, but you feel like, let me move on?
Well, it tries to what? To get me...
to get your attention, try to put you down.
To put me down.
To put you down, you know.
Well, mainly, I don't focus on the negative when I'm on stage. Like I always tell myself, like, Becky, you're alone, you're singing on the table. Like I imagine myself, I told you I used to get on the table and sing to the chairs.
Yes.
So that's all I imagine. Like I imagine I'm doing it for myself on the mirror, like no one is watching me. You know, when no one is watching you, you can do a lot of things.
Yes.
You can get crazy. You can get in your element. So mostly I can be watching the crowd, I can be communicating with the crowd, but in my head, I'm performing in front of my mirror. So whatever you might be doing, you might be thinking I'm seeing you, but
you're not there.
But I'm not there.
Yeah, you are there for music, but you're not there for
Because I always try to focus on the positive energy. Because the moment I let any negative energy like this inside my positivity bowl, it spoils everything. It's like dropping a drop of what do we call lemon in a bowl of milk. You know, you can have a large bowl of milk like this, good milk, refreshing milk. Come with just one drop of lemon and drop it in that milk. You see what it does. You know, it like contaminates everything. Same with negative energy. You can be happy doing everything. You're happy, everything is working, and then just something small happens to you like this, and then it changes your everything positive that was going on. You know, so I don't concentrate on the negative things when I'm on stage, because I don't really want to, you know, spoil my vibe when I'm on the stage.
That is very lovely. Yeah, I'm also inspired actually. Any little thing can
any
change.
little thing.
Anything. It is. I hope dear listeners and the viewers, you got this in somewhere in your heart. So does reggae music in Kenya has sexism? Like for example, is it easy for a female musician in upcoming to get platform?
Well,
I can go back,
question.
like just to talk to some other countries. Let me talk to Rwanda. You know, Rwanda, I know a bit of, I can say I know many countries, but let me be specific. For some other countries, reggae music, you find it has its audience. There is people there. So there is always people with reggae. You may find bands, people who reggae. Some radio stations who support reggae. So there's really something that is supporting reggae. So, but let's come here to Kenya. One of the artists told me, actually, the origin of reggae is also part of Kenya, something about Mau Mau. So that was very inspired.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to find yourself. There are so many musicians, but reggae. So how is it for female
artists? I'd say it's not easy. It's not easy. And let's just be real, you know? It's not easy because, especially as a female artist in the industry, because people ask for favors in return, you know? So you might go to look for a show, someone has alternative motives. Someone wants something else so that they can, you know, just because they're the gatekeepers. You see, they want something else. But if you have the right connection, if you meet the right people, it's very easy for you. But if you are not on that track, it can be very tricky before you meet the right people. Personally, it has happened to me. Yes. Before,
it hasn't happened to you?
It has happened to me.
It happened to you?
Yeah.
Give us one example, because some of our listeners, I did some other episodes and people there was like, we are so happy you bring us a side we don't hear in America, in the A-Lobe. So just give us some example.
Okay, let me give you an example.
Yeah, like what happened to you?
Apart from, let me talk about show. Let me not talk about shows. Let me talk about recording music and recording studios and producers. You know, a recording studio, personally, the ones that I've gone to are, it's a small space. It's just you and the producer.
Only two people.
Only two people in a small room. And sometimes, I don't know, some people can't take care of their emotions or what, I don't know what to call it. So you can go there, do music, and someone starts doing funny things. You understand? Because you're just the two of you there.
Touching you.
Yes, they want to touch you, they want you to sit on them, they want you to do, I don't know, you understand? And once they're done with your music, you want your music, you have paid, but still, before they give you your music, it's a hassle. It's a hassle.
So to get your music which already paid, you have to pay something.
You have to, yes, you have to come over.
Yeah.
Come over and get your, you understand?
Yes.
It's not, it has happened to me. So it's not easy as a woman. So what I do is I try to keep it professional. Like when I'm going to the studio, I try to find someone else. Maybe someone, I call them my manager. I can go with my cousin, my friend, my brother. You know, make it more professional. But sometimes these people are not available. People have their own lives going on, you know. But before you create like your own team and your own brand, you know, it's a step at a time before you get there. So this process before you get there is where the work is. So yeah. But now I figured it out, and I'm glad that I met professional and good people in the industry, you know, people who have helped me grow, grow my music, grow myself, grow my brand. So yeah, at first it was hard, but now I'm so glad I met all the people that I met along the way. They are good people. They are definitely good people.
Yeah, that is very awesome and inspiring to overcome that challenge, because dear listeners as well, Becky Muthoni is one of female Kenyan musician who is trying to keep reggae alive. So she's among the top female reggae music, so which I think it's very inspiring. So there are some challenges. So what are some challenges do you see upcoming female musician, especially reggae, they will be first? You mentioned one of them, like that sexism of song is done before get the song, come over first. So what are the challenges in terms of market, let's say terms of market and promotion to play on a radio station, so in distribution? Yes,
you need money for distribution. It's not cheap. Sometimes you maybe need to pay for ads. Sometimes you need to put your song on the platforms, which need money. Sometimes people don't have this money. Upcoming artists don't have this money. You need to go for interviews. And some radio stations and some presenters, they ask for money. you know,
soda
to just
Fanta.
they ask for favors
buy some water,
before they have you for the interview, or before they even play your music. They can even have you for the interview, but now they tell you, we want to have your song on rotation. If you want your song to be on rotation, you need to have you need to check something, you need to remove something. And, you know, sometimes those are the main actually challenges that most artists go through.
That's so sad. And but you now, as the queen who have been putting the music on the stage, what do your views, like how do you think these challenges can be overcome, especially for these upcoming female musicians? How do you think they can overcome some of the challenges? Like what your advice for them to overcome some of these challenges?
For the financial challenges, I'd say let me talk about music. You know, doing music is not easy, especially if you don't have finances. You need finances to do music, because you definitely need to pay a producer. You definitely need to pay a videographer to do a video for you or to do something for you. So I'd tell them to arrange themselves in such a way that they can get something to do. I know it might not be easy, but whatever you get, you need to have something that you're doing that is at least generating a form of income for you, you know. And with that, it will be able for you to be able to go to the studio and record something or shoot something without someone taking advantage of you. Because now you can walk up to someone and tell them you want to, you know, do something, but you don't have money. You know, this if that person is not a good person or is not an understanding person, they take advantage of the situation. Now you don't have money, so you're going to pay me in this particular way, you see. But if as a woman you just work hard, get something to do and save a little, because you might not have enough money, but just try and save. If music is your passion, and if that's something that you really want to do, you really need to work on it, and you really need to sacrifice a lot. So you have to save something for your art or for your craft to grow. So with that money you can approach someone, tell them, this is what I can afford. I don't have a lot, but this is what I have. You know, so if you approach someone in that perspective, they'll give you a form of respect. You know, before even thinking of doing or asking you for a favor, they give it a benefit of doubt, because this person has at least tried, you know. Yeah, so that's, and just respect yourself as a woman. If something is not working and if it's not the right thing, then don't do it.
So you are saying being talented in Africa is not enough without having the resources to invest into your talent?
It's not. Unfortunately, it is not. Unfortunately, it's very unfortunate, because there are I know a lot of people who have mad talent out here. A lot. Like even people who are not even on the mainstream, they're even more talented than the people who are being played on the mainstream and everything. But just because they have talent, it takes a lot more than talent. It takes a lot more. And you might have talent, but you're not working on your talent, you're not consistent. You have talent, but you're not doing anything. So talent, no. Talent, I think talent is the least in the list. It's the last in the list, you know, because you need to be consistent. You need to be doing it no matter what, you know. So talent is not enough.
Yeah.
No.
That's a message.
No.
So Becky, as we cross to the end of our episode, what is your favorite food, by the way, in case some of our fans want to give you gifts on your birthday? So what's your favorite food?
My favorite.
Tell us, like locally here in Kenya and when you travel outside of Kenya.
Okay. My favorite food locally is ugali. It's ugali and fish. Yes, it's my favorite. And when I travel, well, I don't have like...
How is the fish is cooked, by the way? Sorry to talk to you.
Fried.
Fried fish.
I love fried fish. Okay. Like the dry one. The dry one. The dry crunchy one. It's the best. It's the best. And some kachumbari. That's my best. And locally, when internationally when I travel, the only thing that I find I can relate with is chicken.
Chicken?
Yeah. Because now chicken is what... You know, chicken is everywhere.
Yeah.
Chicken is everywhere. So when I travel, I eat chicken.
Okay.
Chicken and rice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. And do you have any message for someone who doesn't know Kenya and looking for the visit? So why do you think people should visit Kenya? I'm asking this question because there is no doubt you are among of the person who can talk about Kenya through your music, through your messages. So you have experience of this country. Yeah, 100%. So why do you think people should visit Kenya?
Okay, so Kenya is one of the best countries in Africa. I'd say that. Kenya has...
it's true. It's one of the... Yeah. I say that too as well.
One of the best countries in Africa.
You are definitely
Kenya
right.
Kenya has perfect weather. The tourism industry in Kenya is the best. I'd say the economy is not as expensive as in other developed African countries. Kenya is one of the most developed African countries, yet is not as expensive as other African developed countries. So if you're coming from maybe the West or Europe, Kenya would be one of the best places to live, mainly because of the economy, the weather, the people, and the tourism. Yeah.
What about in terms of accessibility of food? Do you think food is everywhere?
Everywhere. In Kenya, food is everywhere, and we have a variety of food. And I think the fact that I think Kenyans are modern. It's a modern country. So people coming from other countries won't get like, what is it called, culture shock, you know? And then also language. I forgot to mention that. All Kenyans, most Kenyans speak English, and most of the people in the world speak English. So I think communication would be easier when you come to Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah.
And somebody said communication is the key.
Yeah, communication is the key.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for 2024? Any new song, any new collabo, any concert? So tell us, so our fans who are over, they can know what's your plan in 2024.
Okay, so in 2024, I have a lot. I am working on a lot. I'm even excited, you know. So last year, I traveled to Ghana to see my cousin, and she's a YouTuber. She's a content creator. And before she started her YouTube channel, I was with her when she started her YouTube channel, and she has really, really, really grown. So when I went to visit her last year, she was like, you know, Becky, I already have a YouTube channel. So she was like, you should do more, because you don't do music a lot, because my YouTube channel is mainly for my music. I was only putting on my music and my music videos only. But apart from that, Becky's not only an artist. Becky is a hairstylist. Becky has a lot going on in her life. So, and she can document that.
Becky is a traveler.
Exactly, and she can document that, and she can help people learn one or two things from whatever she's doing. So apart from just music, why are you just putting just music? Where is the rest of the content going? And I was like, oh, that's something. Why is the rest of my content going? You know? So I decided I'm going to be more serious with my YouTube channel.
More active there, more stories there.
So apart from just doing music, everything that I'm doing, hair, traveling, my lifestyle, everything that I'm doing, just put it there. So that's how I became a content creator. And now this year, I've really been working on me as a content creator and putting out content and going to places, you know, meeting new people, opening up my mind, you know, and just talking to people, because I've not been talking to people a lot. Now, this is something that I'm learning, you know. So this year, that is one of the things that is in my to-do list, like be very active on my YouTube. And apart from that, I'm working on my album.
Okay.
Yes, I want to work on my album. Apart from working on my album now, I want to do my own show, like have my own show with my own music, all the music that I've done, or most of the music that I've done. I want to like compile a show with an intimate audience and just gift them that.
Oh,
yes.
That's
so
lovely.
So that's something that I'm really working on doing this year, and also some other shows that I'm going definitely to announce on my platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last question, You never mentioned about your daughter. What's the plan for your daughter, by the way, in 2024? So, we forget about her. What's her name actually?
Her name is Munifa.
Munifa.
Yes, her name
so
is
how old is
Munifa.
she now?
She's turning 9 this year. She's 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what's her plan? What's the plan you have for her in 2024?
So in 2024, my daughter is graduating this year.
Oh,
she's moving
that's
on
lovely.
to, I don't know what they call it. There's this new system we've had, but now she's graduating this year, and I'm planning to. My daughter actually wants to be a musician. I think it's because of me. She follows everything that I do, but she wants to become a musician. And as a parent, I think we should encourage the things that we see in our kids, especially the things that they are passionate about, the things that you can see that they like. So this year I'm planning on starting to work on her talents and growing them from when she's still a young girl. So she wants to do music, and when I was growing up, I really wanted to know how to play the guitar.
Okay.
I really wanted to. And my mom bought me a guitar, and she had to find me a tutor to teach me how to play the guitar, which was
self-training.
Which was very expensive, by the way, at that time. And my mom having 3 kids and doing everything was not easy. So I just had my guitar, and I didn't learn how to play it, but at least I had the guitar. But now I want to give my child the chance to be able to know how to do it, because I can, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take her to music school this year, and she's going to learn an instrument or 2, so that it's going to be easier for her to do music, to make music. You know, when she learns this thing from when she's young, it's going to be easier for her as she's growing up.
Yeah.
So she won't face the challenges that I faced when I was trying to make it in my journey.
So Becky, thank you very much. So where can people find you online? Just say your platforms.
So you can find me everywhere, social platforms, Instagram, Facebook,
usernames,
Twitter, yes, and TikTok. All my usernames is Becky Muthoni _ at the end.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Becky Muthoni _
Okay.
And then you can follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Becky Muthoni.
I already did.
Yes. And also apart from that, you can find my music, and it's available everywhere on iTunes, Spotify, you name it, as Becky Muthoni.
Okay. So Becky Muthoni, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me as well.
I'm so inspired. I hope our listeners are inspired. You're very talented and very minded woman, and very entrepreneur. I wish you all the best and good success. I hope to see you in the next episode.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening our episode. See you next time with your host Celestina Wirema.